Yeah, we're here.
We are here back in the studio.
After a wild week
Dude.
on the stock market.
Right away.
Right away. We're
Right
getting
away.
right into
Oh,
it. I'm
okay.
trading. I'm the damn wolf of 23rd Avenue.
I want everyone to know that pre-recording, I said I don't want to talk too much about stock stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are.
Well, and if we start the episode with it, we have other topics
Can rip
to
that
cover,
Band-Aid off and get
and obviously
and
we
move
won't
forward.
spend the whole time, and I get to make some rockets to the moon fucking comments, and then I get to call back to those as a fun joke for me.
And you'll put them in the description of the video.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Nothing but emojis.
It's just an emoji description on
Yeah,
this
I've been
episode.
texting all my friends stupid emoji. All I did is I bought 2 shares of Gamestop on Tuesday, and have so far
And you've
lost,
turned into this new person.
I've turned $280 into $80. That's what I've done. I'm a genius.
And your whole text language has changed to pure emoji.
Yes. Diamond hands,
Gorilla.
gorillas.
You almost said the other
rockets,
gorilla
rockets,
part.
rockets.
You almost said the other gorilla part.
No, it means apes together strong.
Oh, okay.
No, just the subreddit.
I thought it was like R word
The
gorilla.
subreddit uses the R word extensively, which is part of why I love it so much. It is the funniest fucking thing I've ever read. But nonetheless, this is a family-friendly show.
No, it is not. Let's be honest.
No, but we want
All
to
right.
keep doing it.
All right. What do you have to say about your GameStop?
Pretty much that.
investments?
It's fucking dumb. I had $280 and now I have $80. But I haven't sold, so technically I haven't lost the money, but it's kind of gone. I'm lighting up money on fire. It's stupid. And I don't recommend that you do this, but also it's been a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's been a wild week.
It's been a while.
Okay, so why are you so like not interested? That's
I'm
what
just
I'd like
tired.
to dig into is why are you? How did this not grip you the way it gripped me? Once I got into it, I was just like, holy shit, this is so fun.
It gripped me for like a second, but then I just was like moved on with my life. I was just like, I don't want to. Like I'm not like I'm a very addictive person. I have a very
Actually, good
addictive
point.
personality.
Don't get into this.
I get
I
fully
could see
into
it getting
stuff.
Super addictive.
Yeah. It's sort of like what I saw it as was like a glimmer of like I lived in Las Vegas for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
I did not gamble until like 600. Let's say 6. It was a few days before I left. I was
So
like,
you counted
a
every
week.
single day that you didn't gamble.
No,
Like
I mean,
a
like I
true
gambled
gambling
I
addict.
mean, it's impossible to not gamble when you live there.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't do
you never got
anything.
into it?
I was like,
Yeah.
this is dumb. So
It is.
about a week or two before I moved away,
Mm-hmm.
a friend came to visit, and we watched some YouTube videos and learned how to play craps.
Uh-huh.
And then I played craps every day until I left because I made $1,000 the first night I played. I made $1,000 out of borrowing a $25 chip from my friend we were on a hot table, and I got to experience what a hot table was. Everyone else was making multiple thousands of dollars on the table. I mean, people were just like hitting everything.
Mm-hmm.
We barely knew how to play. Like I kind of knew the most basics of this game. I didn't know all the side bets.
And you were still able to turn 25 into 1,000, and
Well,
so you were like, "Well, I'm a genius. I've solved gambling."
It's not that I didn't think I was a genius. I was just like, that feeling is crazy. Like that is I was like leaving cashing out. I was such an idiot. I didn't know that you could be like, hey, table tender. I forget what they're called. Hey, table tender, can you make these chips like into just a couple of chips? Like,
so you walked up there. With
I walked up to the thing
ones.
with just like so many chips, and I was like, oh my! I like filled my shirt and like carried it up. It was like full of $5 chips or $1 chips.
They got goofballs doing.
And
that all
everyone's just
fucking
like,
day, don't they?
look at this noob.
Yeah. Isn't that like probably half of people in Vegas?
Oh yeah, everyone pretends like they know what they're doing, but they do not. But yeah, I just like watched some YouTube videos. Then I also realized that like it is, if you like gambling even in the slightest bit, do not live in Las Vegas because it is unavoidable. Like I bowl, and I would bowl very frequently. I had to pass the craps table to go bowling and that is in design. Like
Yeah.
to go from the parking garage to the bowling alley, I had to pass at least 5 craps tables, and it was like I'd be like, I'll just put like $5 on or whatever, and then I had all these rolls, and like, dude, every time I played after that, I turned $5 into 100, not 1,000, into 100, and then I'd cash out at 100. I wouldn't be greedy or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm so glad I did not pick this up earlier. I would have turned this into a part-time job. Like 100%, it would have been a part-time job. I would have been there because it was at the casino to go to the movies, you have to pass the craps table. Like everything, there's like no movie theaters where you could not pass a casino.
So that's part of you're like, I don't need to get into this nonsense.
Right. So like sometimes I just like I was avoiding doing open mics because of the same reason. Last night I was not very good at social distancing. I kept taking my mask off. I kept shaking people's hands when they offered them. I dapped and hugged at least 4 people and did not sanitize until after I dropped you off. I was like, oh, I touched a lot of people. Better sanitize on the freeway. Drive with the elbows, and like that's a new texting and driving.
Did you eat between after touching people's hands?
Oh, dude, no, I did. Yes.
You touched the food without washing your hands anytime between? Because I sanitized my hands every time I walked into that building. There was sanitizer around. I just see sanitizer now. I was like a germaphobe lunatic before this. I had sanitizer in my car for open mics before there was a pandemic, and I would douse myself in that
I have to think about it.
No, if I accidentally touch the mic at an open mic with my face, I would not touch anything. As soon as I got to my car, I'd be rubbing sanitizer on my lips. It's probably why I fucking get chapped lips now.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, no, I've been neurotic, and so it's not an adjustment for me. I've been a sanitizer person.
I've never. I have to remember. I have to remember to do it.
You've probably got a strong immune system.
And like Nick, we had pizza before we just did this. I used my sleeve as a napkin, and then was like, "Oh wait, there are napkins. I don't need to be a toddler about it." I at least once, and I was like, "What am I doing?" I'm so bad about that stuff, and that's why I just gotta the best for me is to just avoid it and think, and then call it stupid.
Okay, that's fair. Well, yeah, no, this is definitely gambling. So what I got in late. So here's the thing: is this shit started the week before this, last week, the week before this week.
How about this? You got 30 seconds on the clock to tell me all about this, and then we're moving forward.
I'm gonna talk about it as much as I
and your 30 seconds starts now.
No, so my buddy got into the shit the right week, and he turned $100 into $3,000. He sold all of it, and then he bought back in with 2,000 of that. So he was totally playing with house money, and he's losing all of that as I lose all of mine.
Okay.
But I didn't get in that week. I was working the first couple days, and then I found out about this whole thing on Wednesday or Thursday, when it's way too late, really. Thursday was the day it spiked. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then I read a little. I was like, oh, there could be a second spike. And so I got in, and here we are.
Okay.
His brother apparently also got in, and he sold his at $420.69, which was the meme joke in the subreddit. We're all selling here. And so he just made $2,000 and called her a day.
Nice.
So anyway, that was listening to that was the equivalent of your crap story of
cool.
Making a ton of money. So I was like, oh, there's money to be made. There's probably not. There could be. There probably isn't.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's been my week, and I've been texting diamond hands emojis and rocket emojis to all of my friends because I think it's hilarious. It makes me laugh, and they're all annoyed, and I'm gonna keep doing it because now it makes me laugh even more.
Knowing that we're annoyed.
Yeah, knowing how many eye rolls I'm getting makes me laugh, and so just your reaction and your bullheadedness in this podcast is making me really want to text you rocket emojis for at least weeks, if not months.
I'll keep doing it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know what it is? I realize it's not craps. As you're telling me, I know exactly what it is. I got on the Bitcoin train, the cryptocurrency train when it was like that, like around Christmas time in like whatever it was, 2017 or 18 or something like that. My sister made a shit ton of money on it. And before that had been telling me, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. She like kept trying to get me to like join Coinbase and whatever. And then like everyone was making, and then there was a guy that I like was in like a comedy writing group who quit his job and became a millionaire because of doing this.
Yeah.
And
you were
like sold his house. And I was like, better get in on this. And I like bought in. I spent like a few $100 or something, not anything. And
Did
it just
you just leave it in there because you probably got
it's
it back.
It's still all in there, and I do not even know if I know the password to the coin. It's not like a weird. It's not like a situation where there's a significant amount of money, but
right.
And so it's just like I only saw when I did the Coinbase thing. I literally just like put money in, and then the next day it just dropped and dropped and dropped, and I was like, "This isn't fun at all."
Yeah, that's been the last 3 days for me. I put some money in this bullshit, and it just keeps going
dude,
down. But like the memes make it fun, because I'm like in it with a bunch of other idiots, and I'm also in it with very little money. Like I didn't spend my retirement. I spent like I sold profits from a different investment and spent half of that. Like that's what I did. And so I'm not really worried. It's money I didn't really have in circulation anyway.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm fine. So it just turned into fun. It turned into just a joke.
Okay.
And a thing to occupy time in my brain and text my friends about. And so I've been enjoying myself.
So you got like
thoroughly.
Entertainment. I mean, that's how you like.
And also I've learned like some about investing, mostly about bad investments. And like how to continue making.
That's good. I mean,
but still,
I got it. It's so stupid. Like short selling. I'm like, I understood that. That's when you go to the craps table and you play. You can play the pass line or the do not pass line, which is like short selling, which is basically you're going onto the table and being like, I think everyone's gonna lose, and it's just bad form. Like if you go do it, you're kind of an asshole, and everyone on the table kind of hates you because if everyone else is losing, you're winning.
That's why Elon Musk is like bigging up all these goofballs like me.
Yeah.
Right now, because Tesla
bigging up.
He's
What's
like,
that?
He's like shouting them out on Twitter and being like, "You guys are the fucking man. Keep going." I thought that was a thing people said.
I don't know. I've never heard it.
Oh,
Bigging up. Have you heard that, David?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe I made it up. Fine. I don't think I did though.
Mic
in the
drop.
comments, you can't drop it. It's on a boom arc. But like in the comments, if someone's ever heard that before, tell me I'm not crazy. Don't gaslight me in the comments.
I'm gonna gaslight you this whole podcast.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm strong. I have diamond hands and diamond ears.
Diamond ears.
I am strong.
Nice.
All right. Well, to stop talking about this bullshit, because I obviously don't fucking know anything about it. And
I mean, I searched enough to understand what's going on.
Yeah, I think I understand what's going on.
And get my entire feeds of everything that all my social medias and everything to just be covered in stuff about it.
Did you want to read?
I got a safe search.
Fucking
everything.
Joe Biden and his progress this week, or did you want to hear about memes? Do you want to hear about idiots losing money? Because that's way more entertaining.
It was interesting for like a minute. I just wanted to understand it so that I. Yeah.
Oh, I have to finish my point.
Okay.
Elon Musk is shouting people out because Tesla got shorted extensively, and like
he's like, you guys should do Tesla next. Do Tesla next.
No, they
I like
just
that move.
No, they actually just did Tesla over the past year.
They did.
That's why he passed Bezos. Tesla's stock is worth a crazy. Tesla's the most valuable stock-wise car company in the world, despite like not really even turning a profit. Like.
And their screen's breaking or whatever.
Yeah, like they don't even sell that many cars, but like what it is people are saying this is going to be like this is the most innovative car company and they're going to be the most valuable in the future. Like they're pioneers of electric cars. That's going to be the future. So people are saying it's going to be the most valuable. Bet now. Buy it now. And it exploded in value and now he's the richest man on earth.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what's going on there. And that's so Elon is like, yeah, you guys fuck these short sellers because they got
I do want to see like
He was kind of the.
Can
man
you
on
even buy like what's one of those companies that's gone like Blockbuster? Can you even buy Blockbuster stock? Because
No,
that would be
Blockbuster's
hilarious.
just gone, I think.
If everyone just like if the next one that they did was like a company that was just or like Radio Shack, like people just like
No.
blew
But
up the Radio
there
Shack.
are 3 other stocks that are
Kmart.
also in the conversation, which is BlackBerry, Nokia, and
Yeah.
AMC movie theaters. I own a few of each. I lost money on all except BlackBerry.
Oh.
Yeah, today I made.
Did
like
you have a
75
BlackBerry
cents.
before?
Fuck no.
Really?
Nah,
Oh, dude.
I had like a flip phone, and then I got iPhones.
Dude, I loved my BlackBerry. It was sick. Had
Is
a
it-
whole keyboard.
It's the one that was like the original BlackBerry with like the screen and then the whole keyboard.
And then the little ball in the middle.
Yeah, those were kind of nifty. Those
Dude.
are like the original smartphone.
I could text on those faster and more accurately than I can on my iTelephone
Damn.
because they're actual physical buttons,
Yeah.
and you push them with your nail.
Mm-hmm.
And I could type no hand or no look. I could just type like a keyboard.
Wow.
I thought it was dumb when they went to I hated the touch screen. I was like, this is stupid. I'm so much slower. And I actually I couldn't text and drive anymore because I can't see what.
I like that. That's your standard. You're like, well, I was trying.
Well,
to
dude,
text and
you
drive.
couldn't. Could you T9 word and drive? I could.
No, my flip phone.
David?
My flip phone had a keyboard.
I never had a T9.
Oh, you guys.
I had the keyboard though. I did like the
You didn't have the
keyboard.
T9.
No.
Nobody had the. You don't.
No,
Dude.
my flip phone like flipped open and there was a whole keyboard in the middle of it.
So what year was your first cell phone,
2009.
David?
2011.
And what was it?
It was Samsung whatever. It slid out. So you had like the slide out keyboard.
Yeah.
But you could also like do the little screen too. It was nice. If I hadn't fallen in the ocean, I might still be using it today.
I had like a Kyocera, I think was the name of the brand. I don't know
Okay.
if that exists. And then
I've
there was a
heard of them.
number.
Mhm.
It was like a brick. Had the
Yeah. Oh, those
thing
were
that
the
you
old
could
school
dude,
ones.
I liked that because I was just like something I would just like play with it. I would just push it out. I like the antenna thing. I don't know. I never noticed a difference when the antenna was fully out
Yeah.
and you were listening, or if it was down. It had a
But
just
you
a
could-
blue color.
You could pull the antenna out so you looked like a guy that
Yeah.
like, you meant business.
Yeah,
or,
yeah, you
like,
pull it out
I
and then
have a
hit.
call to place.
Right. But I could T9 on that thing without looking.
Oh wow.
Like
No,
I could do it in
phone
my
was-
pocket at school. We would text in our
Oh,
pockets.
Thought you were slick.
That was,
Teachers
dude.
knew what you were doing.
I'm so old. I'm 35 now. Speaking of birthdays, turning 35, I received these as a gift, these sneakers today, what we're talking about, which is the Jordan 5 Bel Air that came out in 2020, right?
Yeah.
I got these for my birthday from my friends. David was involved. Nick was involved. Shout out to Maricha Hoprich and Eliza Butler and Todd Basil. Am I missing anybody? Is that
Nope.
the whole group that
That's
bought these?
Us and the people you know.
Yeah.
Yep. We
You
were
guys
the
got
ones
me these
involved.
sneakers for my
We
birthday.
did.
I was so stoked. Like I just like I wasn't really expecting it. I was more thinking about because Todd and I share a birthday, and I was more thinking about Todd's birthday than my own birthday
Well, that's good. That's what made it a surprise.
because we were getting him records.
But yeah, you'd mentioned wanting these like on an episode of the podcast a while
Yeah.
back.
I do.
They're the Bel Air alternate or something,
Yeah.
and yeah, so we snagged them.
I've wanted a pair of 5's. I really like the 5 silhouette, and because I like the padding in the ankle. There's like a ton of padding up here, and I love the tongue shape. It's got like a very distinctive
Mm-hmm.
tongue shape on it. Like it's got that like,
Yeah.
and it's really puffy. It's got the little plastic thing, and you know I like plastic things on my shoes.
You do.
It's got the cages on the sides, and it's got the shark or the razor tooth thing.
Yeah,
Which I like.
I forget what that's called. There's
Well-
like somebody's got an official name for that. but
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I'm
Like
pretty
is it a
sure-
sawtooth or
Sawtooth, that sounds right.
a shark tooth or something like that.
I think it's Sawtooth. It's inspired by those bomber planes.
Oh,
I know that.
Yeah, those planes are cool.
Because
that
this
the
is a Tinker
Spitfire?
Hatfield, and I remember that this was one that
Yeah, like the
he
fighter
did.
jets from like World War II when they painted like the teeth on them.
Right. And so that's what this is inspired by, and that's what these teeth are. This shoe is supposed to kind of look like a fighter jet because of the way he played basketball or something.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
That's what I remember this one. But this was Will Smith's favorite shoe, and they would send him. This is like pre-influencers.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if Nike did it like legit or not legit. Like just sent him sneakers to wear,
Mhm.
and he would wear these and he would do no laces. Which they did
Yeah.
release one without even putting lace holes in it.
Yeah, that was the Fresh Prince 5.
Is that
right?
what that was?
I believe that was called the Fresh Prince 5. And that was just the grape colorway, but with no laces. I think the grape colorway has white where that has black, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. And then it doesn't have that like crazy pattern on the inside.
And then it's got the like ice see-through.
Yeah. No,
Jumpman.
It's a cool colorway. I'm glad we found those.
Yeah,
got
these are sick.
I like some of the details you were pointing out where like on this right shoe, like the teeth and this are blue, and on the left shoe they're pink.
And then
And
it
then the
switches
Jumpman
for the
on this one is
Jumpman.
pink, and it's like neon green on that one.
I like these. I like how they are mismatched, but are complementary and mismatched.
They're
I
like
love that.
mismatched, but not like aggressively. They're not like two different shoes. They just switch a couple little details. I really like when they do that type of mismatching. I think it's kind of cool. That's part of why I like those Tokyo shoes. Just to come back
yeah.
to something that you hate.
Uh-huh.
That's part of why I like those, is because they're kind of the same, but
Yeah.
also kind of different.
But slightly different.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate that about those shoes.
But yeah, these are neat. I'm not mad at these. I think
I
they're cool.
love how the shoes you're wearing. Like I like these because they're pretty loud, but it looks slightly subdued. Sitting next to
yeah.
those shoes, it almost looks subdued.
Yeah, these are some silly shoes that I'm wearing.
Did we? Yeah, we did an episode about
We
those.
did. Yeah, we have to do an episode before we can wear
That's
them.
right. That's the
Ah,
rule.
that's
So yeah,
the
you guys,
rules.
there's like it's like a little bit of a. I'll do that too. It's a little bit of like an Easter egg. You can find any shoes that we're wearing on a podcast. We have a previous episode about them. So if you see us wearing something, you're like, oh, those are cool. Well, there's a whole episode
got
where we bullshit
YouTube
and talk
numbers
about it
that
for
we
2
want
minutes.
You guys to blow up.
Yeah.
So get back in those previous episodes and listen to us be not as good at podcasting as we are now.
in our homes.
Yeah, you can listen to us grow and become great. Become the geniuses of podcasting that you're listening to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I back to the sneakers. I really like these because they've got kind of a high flexibility, but they're not like outrageously expensive either.
Yeah.
And they are actually quite comfortable. I feel bad even just like looking at them now because it's like they're kind of dirty because I legit wore these in January and got them a little dirty.
That's okay.
I went and did some errands and
I mean, we didn't buy them for you to just sit on them.
just to,
So like
to not wear them.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're fun too because it's like, yeah, they're kind of loud, but they're not outrageous.
Mhm.
Like when I first saw them, I was like, I don't know. And then they kind of grew on me, and then I wanted them more. And then I think we did talk about them on some episode, about how I was like, you know what? I do actually want these. I mean, we went for them, didn't we? I feel like I went for them.
Maybe. I don't remember. We've gone for a lot of shoes and taken a lot of
Pretty
L's.
sure. Oh, no, I for sure went for these because Floorhog, my Josh Floorhog, who I do another podcast with,
Yeah.
Wrecking Day at Night with
won
Bjorn
it.
and Josh.
And he has those now, right?
He got a pair. Yeah. He because there was a release at he got them from like Champs or something. Like a friend bought him them and then he paid him back or whatever.
Oh, cool.
Like got them. But they've got the leather's pretty nice. It's not very soft. It is definitely like a regular tumbled leather. It's
Mhm.
not quite as soft as some of the other leathers, like maybe this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those ones
Like these have that
have
really
that super
soft
soft
leather, which they're comfortable, but I don't like. They kind of like get some wrinkles and some things that I don't love. So
Yeah.
I like that this is a little bit, and this is easier to keep clean. I feel like because
those will be easy enough to keep.
Because that was like my worry. I think for some reason I was like avoiding white sneakers because I had a pair of white sneakers, but they were like suede, and so they just got like destroyed. And this is probably like because this is pretty easy to clean up, so that's cool. I am, as we've been doing this podcast more and more, I've been liking louder and more flexible sneakers that have more flexibility, which these have.
Yeah.
As people are going to notice them when you're wearing them.
Yeah,
like,
they definitely are noticeable shoes.
I got to just we got to coordinate and be like, hey, so I'm going to wear the loud sneakers today.
Nah, I think it's fun. It becomes a conversation. If we're both wearing crazy shoes and we're just like, we'll say something about
like
it.
last night, we were both wearing sneakers.
Yeah,
I was wearing these.
Those, and I was wearing those orange New Balances.
Yeah. And got several compliments
Yeah.
on that from like other comedians and stuff, which was cool. That was dude, fun. That was fun. Did you have fun last night?
I did. I thought it was a good time. We went and did an open mic under a tent next to a outdoor patio thing of a bar out in Beaverton.
Keep going. I'm gonna get another beer.
Okay. Yeah, we went and we told us some jokes to a crowd of people who were a little bit older than the average crowd in Portland by like 2 generations. And it was a good time, though. They liked some of the jokes, and they didn't like some of the jokes. But you know what? We haven't told jokes to a real audience in many, many months. So it was kind of okay no matter what. I had a lot of fun.
Dude, yeah, you did great.
No, I listened back to my set. I did great for about 30 seconds. I bombed for about 2 minutes, and I brought it home.
And then I wasn't listening to your set because I found out that I was next. And I was supposed to be like deep in the list.
So you broke a table, and then immediately after I found out you were next.
Okay, so we'd never been to this venue, and I left my mark on the venue for sure.
You may not be invited back.
I was like, not sure if I should post that picture on social media, but I was very much wanting to. So to set the stage, it was an outdoor venue. All of the outdoor seating was taken. Mm-hmm. Because it's social distance, so like you kind of can't. You had to kind of sit in your own group. David and I were standing off to the side. There's these big boxes. I'd say they're like 4 foot by 4 foot, like 4 foot cubes.
Yeah.
Made of plywood. And I didn't check. I like kind of checked the sturdiness of it, dude. This was definitely like, if I had to guess, maybe 1/8 inch plywood, maybe quarter. If I'm being generous,
and this
quarter-inch ply.
This was not a covered patio. There was a tent for us, but otherwise uncovered patio. So this had been...
And it was like 40 degrees
in
out.
In the elements.
It had rained
this is Oregon.
today.
We get some rain.
Or that day. Yeah.
It's been raining quite a lot. So this wood is not in mint condition.
No, it's not. And
this wood is not dead stock.
I tested it. I saw one of the tables, and it was made of 2x4s, and I was just like, well, they're not gonna not use 2x4s on these boxes. That would be crazy. Like, I got this. Oh, did it? What happened? Well, all right. I don't know exactly where it cut out, but okay. I'm just gonna try and start the story over and salvage it. We had some technical difficulties, so we did comedy last night, and we were on the patio, and I broke a thing. That's the spoiler alert. I broke it. This was like a 4x4x4 box made of probably quarter to maybe 1/8 inch plywood that had been like tack nailed together.
And then rained on for years.
And like, there's no there's no way. That's so stupid. It was their fault. They shouldn't have done that. They used thicker plywood. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're not even saving that much money, really. Like, how much are you saving? Okay, so it's just like, but I tested it, and all the other things had 2x4s underneath it. I was standing next to David. A lot of people saw me kind of like eyeing it up. It was like pretty high.
Yeah, it was like when you have a cat that's looking up at a high windowsill and they kind of pace a little bit.
I wanted to sit and be taller than David.
Problem.
I like to sit on tall tables.
And then they go for it.
And so I went for it, fully committed. And I don't think my weight was on it at all. I didn't even feel it because I just basically jumped into the air and fell down, and this box just exploded underneath me.
Now I heard this, but literally I'd just been told you're up next, so I was walking over
Right.
to the where you stand to be up next. And then I got bumped by a better comic. But nonetheless, I just heard this and I looked around and there was I figured out what happened, but I was like, it's too late. I've already committed to standing over there, so I didn't come to help. And I'm sorry.
Did you see Bjorn on the ground, or were you just like, oh, it's broken?
No,
now?
I saw Bjorn on the ground.
Oh God.
So I knew I knew there were plenty of people there to help him. I knew he wasn't alone. And I put two and two together. I was like, this fucking thing must have broke. I assumed you just leaned against it and it just imploded.
It pretty much, you could have done that, but I went for the full commit. I went to sit on it and it just...
Full send.
Oh my God.
You hopped up and...
I mean, I broke the plywood split in half.
So
like
you didn't, it wasn't just the nails. It was like when somebody karate chops a board.
I mean, the plywood is in like 3 pieces. The vertical piece of plywood is in like 3 pieces on the ground. And there was just like cinder blocks under there to like hold it so that they didn't blow away.
Painful.
And so I have like a bruise on my hip.
Right down on some cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Ow.
It basically, here's how it would feel if you were to just do this. It'd be like if you were standing and you just jumped basically as high as you could. And then you just fell to like cinder blocks on your butt.
No, that sounds painful.
In front of, I don't know, how many people were there? 30, 40 people? Just like all looked right at me. It was pretty obvious who had made that big noise. Oh, I was so embarrassed. I can't believe how embarrassed I was.
Yeah, I guess because like, yeah. You couldn't just explain to them, hey, this was shoddy workmanship.
Like, it's not 100% my fault, but I shouldn't.
Like, I gained a couple pounds in the quarantine, but, like, I mean, you should see the way they put this fucking thing together.
I mean, I was looking at it. The funny thing was, is because then we were in
that's true. It was definitely a piece of garbage. Also, if you're going to own an establishment where people consume alcohol, you can't build a table that's made out of fucking paper.
I know. It's like...
You don't think drunk people are going to jump on stuff? That's what they do.
Or, like, put their weight on it.
That's a hazard for any time.
Oh, it just...
Yeah.
Like, that's not to code.
There's no way that's to code.
The
like,
drunk? The drunk are not responsible.
It's just an invitation to break it.
I know. It's supposed to be like, I think there's supposed to be tables for, but like some of them had like potted plants, and I don't know. I know potted plants don't weigh that much.
It was definitely like a real cheap way to make a standing table. Like, it wasn't intended to be sat on as a chair. But also, if you have a bar, the point I want to make here is that if you have a bar, you have to expect people will sit on and or stand on every piece of furniture.
On every
because I've
flat
been
surface.
To bars, and the later it gets, the more things are going to be stood upon.
Like,
and
or
sat
leaned
upon,
on,
and leaned
or
upon.
climbed on. It's just gonna happen.
Things happen at bars. People get on top of things and stand on them and jump up and down and dance and whatever they do.
You know what's really funny about this whole thing is because then we hung out for a few hours after that.
We did.
Because we all went up and then we hung out.
So next
we're
week, if we're all doing our podcast from home, you know why.
Yeah. Oopsie. No.
No, we were masks. We were good.
I was standing with David again later, and I almost did it again. Like, I almost just unconsciously jumped up on an unbroken one.
Yeah.
There were several times I had to be like, don't do it. Like, I had to.
After you did that, I was trying to lean on all sorts of things, and I was like, oh, remember, these people
did
not build this well. So I found, like, the fence that was, like, cemented into the ground, and then I gingerly leaned against it.
I mean,
I was careful.
But everything was made of, like, pallets and stuff. I assumed that there was, like, some kind of structure underneath.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Usually that stuff, like, they over brace it. Like, if somebody doesn't know what they're doing, they put like 100 2x4s under there. And I did not expect. I mean, there wasn't even a frame of like 2x4s anywhere on that.
No, they
It was
literally just tacked plywood together. Right?
like, yeah,
Like they took a
with
half a sheet of
nails.
plywood.
Maybe like some hardy staples, and they stapled into the. I mean, I built a lot of stuff as a kid. If you put nails into the edge of plywood, that does not work.
It doesn't do a lot.
Like it looks like it works, but it is not
Yeah.
holding anything together.
No, actually, dude, the wood glue is what was holding it together, and that's actually true. The wood glue is the only thing that was holding that thing together.
Right, because
And
the
it
the
had
layers of
melted
ply
in
are
the rain.
glued, and then you put a nail through it and split all that stuff.
Yeah, no, the glue had melted in the rain, and so this isn't really your fault, but it was quite funny.
It was. It happened. I have to say though, at the end of the day, the way that it broke happened perfectly, because there's a way that like I could have jumped up, and then like if the edges were strong but not the middle of the table, I could have like flipped.
in and
Like
it
flipped
folded you in
over,
half.
yeah, or like hit my head. Like I didn't hit my head or anything. I just exploded a box and just sat on the ground. I was
David
like,
right there.
he was
so
right
David
there.
has a vivid memory that evidently is being jogged by this
Am I-
conversation.
Oh, this is.
Am I accurate in my
Yeah.
retelling of this? Okay.
It was beautiful. I mean, in the moment, I wasn't laughing as hard. It just keeps revisiting. It.
Oh,
Just
I
keeps
wanted to
funnier.
just cry in that moment. I felt like I was back in middle school and I had like ripped my pants or something.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
oh,
one of- it's like it's one of those like, oh, it could have been any of us, but it was you.
Right, but
Like,
it makes the whole entry back into comedy, like this being your first comedy thing back in
Yeah.
8, 9, 10 months, however
Yeah.
long it's been, it makes it that much more memorable.
Like if you had jumped up on top of that and it was sturdy enough, I'd be like, "Oh, cool, it's sturdy," and then I would have jumped on top too,
joined
and then I would have broken even more.
or like if one of them
Whoa.
worked and then like other people saw me doing it, they probably would have copied me.
Yeah, no, if
Yeah.
you
Oh,
had
they'd broken so many more.
successfully sat upon one of those things, I'd have been sitting on one within 15 minutes. As soon as I got off stage, I would have been sitting on one, and I would have probably fucked up your set. I'd have fell right through
Like
in the
they
middle of your
just,
set.
it would have been funny if they all just like started breaking. Like
Anyone there
like
who was
they
dumb
held-
enough to still be able to hear would have heard.
you might have been able to sit up there for like a little longer than not any time that
It's
I was.
possible, but
I'm not saying you're small or light or, but see, part of why I jump up onto tables like that is like I like to feel tall, so I like jumping and sitting on tall tables because like I don't know, it's just like it's a pack mentality thing, I think.
sure.
But should we talk about the other thing that we did last night?
Yeah. You
Well, bring it
want
up.
me to bring it up. Okay. Yeah. So we went. We were trying to get food. The bar wasn't serving food, and we just had some drinks. And then we went on stage, and then we were like, we need to eat food before we drink more drinks. David wasn't drinking. He's smart.
I stopped drinking at that point.
I was slightly hungover all day. I'm doing better now. The pizza got me back in the game. But like, yeah, so we were like, we got to eat some food, and we were like, what's around here? And we found a Chick-fil-A, and we had Bjorn with us, and he was like, let's go to Chick-fil-A, and that's all the permission I need. And so we had Chick-fil-A for.
I'd
I
never
think
been there.
I'd never been. They don't have them in Montana.
No.
So I've been telling people I was an ally this whole time. It's just there wasn't Chick-fil-A in Montana, and it was pretty good.
It was good. The sauce was
it
tasty.
honestly was just like, what's the other thing that got hyped to the fucking moon? And then I tried it, and then it wasn't that great. I'm dumb. But
I don't know.
it was one of those things that like people been telling me, you got to get this, you got
Let's
to
just
try
name
it.
stuff,
It's
David.
so
Come on.
good.
Shake Shack.
In and out.
Nope, neither of those.
Raising Cane's.
Nope, Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Chipotle is one of the ones that we didn't get in Montana until I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a senior in college, and we finally got one in Bozeman. And everybody's like, "Oh my god, fucking Chipotle is amazing!"
Yeah.
And then I tried it. I was like, "It's pretty good." I mean,
It's
It's a
Qdoba.
burrito.
Like there's Qdoba in Bozeman,
yeah,
right?
we'd had Qdoba for a couple years, and then I got Chipotle. And I was like, "Oh, this is almost exactly the same thing," but they
Yeah.
didn't have queso at the time, and
Right.
Qdoba did. So I
And
was
they
like,
didn't
"This
have
is
the
trash."
burrito challenge either.
Yeah, I didn't compete.
I've never done it, but I had a friend who I traveled with, and he had done the Qdoba burrito challenge twice. So he had 2 T-shirts, and he would always have his Qdoba burrito T-shirts, and we would always make fun of him because he was just one of those, your dirtbag friends that just like they wear like T-shirts they've gotten for free or just from various places all the time, and I just thought it was so funny that I was like, you're always wearing a Qdoba burrito T-shirt, like Qdoba burrito challenge. I mean, he really liked them.
Mm-hmm.
I think you had to eat like 3 of them or something stupid like that.
That's so much.
That's a lot of burrito.
Yeah, that would be so uncomfortable.
And they give you a T-shirt, but no discount or anything.
But yeah,
you
now
still
I
have to buy 3 burritos.
Now I have to go get the Popeyes chicken sandwich at some point because I never got it because it seemed like a big hype thing. It seemed like a pain in the ass to sit in a drive-through line for half an hour for a sandwich.
Wait, have you sat that long?
Well, when it first
No.
came out, it was a big crazy thing, and then they stopped selling it, and then they started selling it again. But I was like, there's not.
I didn't even know they
Popeyes near me.
stopped. I didn't know they stopped. There's like 3 Popeyes by me.
We live in.
That's how
different
you know
neighborhoods.
what neighborhood I live in.
Yeah, we don't have any chains where I live. It's all just the same Portland hipster businesses that are in every fancy neighborhood.
Right now, the studio is
we do have
close
chains.
to the first McDonald's in the valley because they had to be so many miles outside of city limits or whatever. So the first McDonald's is the one over on 122nd.
Nice.
It's the oldest one, I guess. I read that while I was when we could go inside them. They had all these like
Interesting.
facts. I was like,
But
really?
yeah, so I've never had the Popeyes chicken sandwich that was all the rage last year or the year before, whenever that happened. Like, now I gotta have it.
It's
just
still for sale.
Yeah,
I get it all the time.
Is. Here, yeah, like I said, there's not a Popeyes near my place, but now I will go out of my way because I can do the side by side in my mind.
Yeah. The thing it's a lot. It's like a lot of food.
The Popeyes.
Yeah, I would have to say like the Chick-fil-A. I did enjoy. I love chicken sandwiches.
Mhm.
I like that is my.
Yeah.
I love chicken fingers. I like chicken sandwiches a lot.
Chicken
Like
is a good food.
I do
very
kind of
delicious.
miss the Raisin Cane. When I lived in Henderson, Nevada.
Uh-huh.
I lived right by a Raisin Cane's, right by In-N-Out, and there was also like a Del Taco, and I would go to those places like an embarrassingly large number of times a week. Like every time I'd like be like, I had a good set, I'm gonna go to In-N-Out. But they're not that it's not that expensive like for their sandwich or meal.
Yeah.
I mean, Raisin Cane is basically like chicken fingers, and then they have a sauce, and then you can get it either 3 fingers on a sandwich with a piece of lettuce and the sauce, like on bread,
Oh.
or you can just get the chicken
Like
fingers
white bread?
and
Just
dipping
like
sauce.
sandwich white bread?
No,
Like
like a
slice?
a
Or
bun.
like, okay.
And it's a pretty substantial bun. It's good. I mean, it's good, but it's just chicken fingers on a sandwich, like fried chicken
I
fingers.
mean, that does sound pretty
Yeah.
delicious.
I would go there a lot though.
Okay.
But then you could get like 3 fingers, fries, and then like a slice of buttered bread. I don't know. It's like just the same thing, just repackaged in different.
Yeah.
It's like, so I'd go there a lot. I think I went too many times to In-N-Out because the In-N-Out that was by my house, it was not busy ever. I mean, it was like kind of busy, but it was pretty mellow. So I kind of overdid it on In-N-Out. It would just be like if I couldn't think of anything, I would go there.
Yeah.
But I had always avoided Chick-fil-A because of their political whatever
Yeah, yeah,
things. And it is good, but it's like anything else. I think it's overhyped. It's like I could take it or leave it. You know, like,
no, it wasn't bad. There was nothing bad about it, but it was like for the amount of hype and the amount of times people been like, "Oh my god, Chick-fil-A
like,
is so good."
Yeah.
I got like the original chicken sandwich and the waffle fries. I got like the thing you're supposed to get because if I'm going to Chick-fil-A, I wanted to get the thing that you're supposed to get.
Right.
And it was pretty good.
I went with
It was good, but it didn't blow my mind. I wasn't like, "Oh my god, I'm moving to Beaverton. I need this all the time."
All right.
You know.
So we went and got JoJo's, which is that food truck.
That was way better than Chick-fil-A.
Better or worse? Okay.
Than Chick-fil-A? Way better.
That sandwich is better than the Popeyes sandwich.
Okay.
But the Popeyes one is similar.
Okay, so it's that great big gigantic sandwich.
Yeah, it's like that big The chicken is similar. The thing I like about JoJo's is they put like a slaw on it.
Mm-hmm.
JoJo's, look it up. They have an amazing Instagram. Was it JoJo's PDX or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. They put like dirty jokes in their like
Yeah.
dirty descriptions of their Instagram posts and stuff.
They're
pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a food truck and
And the food is fucking delicious.
I mean, we had to wait 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah, we had to wander around in the cold.
Yeah, I mean it was
Yeah.
good. But it's really good.
It was great. Those
Yeah.
potato JoJo things they made, those were great. It was good stuff.
What I like about JoJo's is they put that slaw on there. The
Uh-huh.
slaw is really good.
Yeah.
Versus Popeyes is more about the there's like pickles on it.
Yeah. So Popeyes is like, is it pickles, mayonnaise, and like a piece of lettuce or something?
I don't think there's lettuce on it.
Oh, okay.
And then you can get it spicy or just regular.
Okay. Because, yeah, Chick-fil-A was just pickles, bread, and a piece of chicken.
Mm-hmm. And the breading isn't quite as like flaky or whatever.
Yeah, the breading was almost kind of mushy. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't. It was kind of soft. It wasn't like.
It almost
crispy.
reminds me of like a McDonald's filet of fish breading.
Well, it was like something that had been fried and then like sat in a warmer.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of sat and stayed warm.
Like the chicken sandwich you could get from it kind of was like
when you
a
go to
better
a ski hill.
what is that one called on the dollar menu?
McChicken?
Yeah, it's kind of like a better McChicken.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's like the breading of a McChicken, but like on a
real chicken,
breast.
Because yeah, the McChicken is like that ground chicken, like
Yeah,
what they make
the
McNuggets
chicken
out of.
paste.
I don't think it's paste. It might be paste. I don't know what the fuck's in it.
But I mean, it was good. The thing I did like about the Chick-fil-A sandwich is the
Besides
size.
the politics.
Besides the politics, I liked the size and the price because
Yeah.
like the thing about the Popeyes chicken and JoJo's, to be honest, is it's just like it's so hard not to eat the whole thing because you can't really save it because
But
it
then
gets
it's just
weird.
so much food
but
that
it
then
is
you feel
so
like a fat
heavy,
fucking piece of
and I
garbage
just
'cause
feel
you just
so
ate,
gross.
Yeah, well, you just ate 1,500 calories.
Like
and now you're
just
of like carbs and fat.
Yeah,
and you're just like,
it's-
oh my god, this is not what I
right.
was meant to consume.
So I would say like I did not feel that way after I ate the waffle fries and
Yeah, it was like a modest and approachable amount of food.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't do waffle fries for a while because I had a breakup, and my friend and I decided to go to Spectator's Bar, which is the
I know.
closest to the campus bar in Bozeman,
I know
Montana.
Spectators well.
Yeah, Spectators. They would put grass on the ground, like they'd sod the bar. Like I'm not kidding. During was it Cat Grizz time that they would do that?
I think they might have quit doing that.
Oh,
by the
really?
time I never.
Oh, they never
experienced
did that?
such a thing. I also was not a cat grizz guy. I usually went hunting that weekend,
Oh,
so I
okay.
was not around.
Maybe. I mean, for a week, they legit they would sod the bar. Like they would bring in real grass sod and like roll it out in the whole bar. It was awesome. It was so stupid.
What was the point of that?
I don't know. It's football season. Like, I don't know.
That's not an explanation.
It was
I
just
accept.
like a really gimmicky thing that they would do
It's
every
very
year.
silly, but
It's so stupid.
they made some solid food there.
Yeah,
Their
they had-
burgers were great. They had a pizza night that was solid.
So
I went
I would get their waffle fries, and
Uh-huh.
and I had broken up with my my lady,
Mhm.
and I was a little upset at the time, and so I was just there with some friends, and I ate too many waffle fries and I also ate too many shots of wild turkey,
That'll do it.
and I later hung out at my friend's house, and I'd always kind of like, because you know how like you have thoughts when you're sober, and then you're like, that'd be funny or that'd be hilarious, and then when you're drunk you just like do those things. So I'd never puked off a second floor of a building before or off a porch,
Mhm.
and so I did that night, but I just kind of couldn't do waffle fries for a little bit after that experience.
That'll do it. I suppose the
Ooh.
people down on the first floor probably
Like the
couldn't do them either
chunky-
for a while.
And I wasn't allowed to go to my friend's house anymore because I also broke a bunch of bottles on his porch.
Was this over there in the block?
No, it's whatever those buildings were that were like just north of the Spectators. I don't know. It was like not student housing, but it like kind of was student housing.
Yeah.
there was like a development back there. Anyway,
Okay.
I couldn't do waffle fries for like a while after chucking them off the porch.
Yeah, it would do the trick.
Yeah. So, but the sandwich was good.
Yeah.
I liked the size, though. I can't really. I wouldn't say that it's. I like the Raising Cane sauce better than Chick-fil-A sauce. You've had both, right, David? I'm including you a lot in this episode.
That's okay. David's here. You should be included.
I don't remember the cane sauce really.
It's like, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. Honestly, it's more speckly. I think it's got like that Blue Bay or whatever.
Old Bay?
Old Bay. I think it's got Old
I
Bay
like
in it.
Old Bay.
If I were to guess, it's a little less sweet than the Chick-fil-A sauce, which I think has brown sugar in it. I think that's what gives it the sweetness.
The Chick-fil-A sauce was super sweet. Like, I enjoyed it the first, like, 8 fries, and then it was, like, it was a little much. It
It's
was
like almost barbecue sauce.
They really took it over the top with the sweetness. I felt like they could have diluted that sauce a little bit.
I think
Not
though.
gonna lie.
I think
It's my
that
feelings.
most food places like that, where it's just like, most of them are overhyped. It's like sneakers even, where you're just like I don't know. Like, I have such a hard time like spending so much money because like I look at them and I'm like, I know the box is gonna be the same. I'm gonna just get this box with just like another. I don't know. It's hard for me to like if these were $1,000. Oh, we didn't even look them up. What are they worth right now? Today, I just turned 35. That's all I paid for these. Is
Yeah,
35
what's the-
years and a podcast.
What's the current in size 10?
$199.
Looks like
Last sale was $270.
that's crazy.
That's
I
not
don't
what you
know.
paid because you
No.
bought them for me.
Yeah, I paid closer to the $199, a touch less.
Go down, David. All right. Because they
Yeah,
retailed
so
at
they're-
200, right?
Did they retail 200?
Can you go back up on the
Scroll
page?
Back up just a little. No,
down.
Scroll back down. Right there. Yeah, they
Aha.
did.
200.
They did retail at 200. Okay, so I paid just under retail then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because they do kind of, they're reminiscent of the Poison.
Yeah, it just said that technically the colorway is Poison Green, also known as the Jordan 5 Poison Green. The alternate
Okay.
colorway consists of the same 90s style colors and patterns as its predecessor. Only this time the gray upper is replaced with white leather.
So you paid like just under retail.
Like
Nice.
190-ish, something like that. And then fees and stuff. But yeah, right around retail.
Dude, after trying these on, like I think 5's are really comfortable. You should get. I don't want any 5 lows. That's dumb. My favorite part is this padding on the upper.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
why
well,
would I
think
ever
the
get a
5
low?
I don't think the 5 silhouette looks that great as a low.
It looks
It looks
stupid
way
as
better
a
as
low.
a high.
I think
No,
these
I
look
think
really
the 5s
good.
Are cool.
Without laces
I
too.
have to get a pair at some point. I
There's-
still want those off-white 5s, but those cost $1 zillion.
Even the sale ones, those ones were pretty cheap at one point.
Yeah, but pretty cheap.
Were they
It was still
women's?
like $600.
So- they were like really cheap for an
They're
off-white
so
pair.
cheap. Yeah, no, they're still. You know what? If my GameStop stock turns around and I make thousands upon thousands, if we sell it $69,420,
Yeah.
then maybe I'll get those off whites. But that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna lose all the rest of my money.
Something that I just noticed that I really like, a little detail about this. I just noticed it though, is the shading
That is
on the
cool.
23 and on the Jumpman. So there's like usually what you do in design to give something more depth is you put like a little offset. Like you basically would, if I was doing an Illustrator, I would just like double the thing and then you slightly offset it so that it looks like there's like light coming in and giving it a little bit of a shadow, and it just gives it more depth. And I have that on the Jumpman. I don't think I've seen that before because like these just have a coin thing on the back, but then that actually has depth because it is a physical thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Whereas
that
that's
thing
just
actually,
embroidery. But
Yeah.
that's a really cool little detail that I like about that one.
These do have a lot of cool details. That's one of the fun things when they do a Jordan that's for like a thing.
Yeah.
is Nike tends to put a lot of fun little details in all their shoes,
And
but especially in the these type of shoes.
And last story that I'm going to tell. The inside, the reason I really like the inside is they are reminiscent of these spandex bicycle pants that my mom bought me when I was in first grade. And I wore them to school, of course.
Mm.
And I had to go home because I was getting made fun of so much.
You were wearing spandex bicycle shorts that were
Very reminiscent of the inside of these
crazy ass colors.
like they were just like wild. I think they might have had some tiger stripe elements.
Nice.
Like just so 80s.
So you walked in there looking like a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
like Macho Man Randy.
But just
Savage.
like long spandex pants, and I was so excited to wear them to school.
And you were in first grade.
I was in first grade
in
in Pablo, Montana. Like my mom had to come pick me up. Like I got on the bus. I went all the way in. I mean, like I'm talking skin tight. Like I looked like I was a Motley Crue. Yeah. Like I looked like I was in a hair metal band from the waist down.
That's hilarious.
So that traumatic memory is what is sparked by this. And I love that. I guess it's because it's like I went through school in Montana and I got made fun of a lot and I like really subdued my style, and I'm like as like an out man now I can kind of do whatever the fuck I want. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can wear shoes that remind me of
crazy colored shoes.
Yeah.
It's fun to wear crazy colored shoes.
I think it is
recommend
too. Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to take us out on this episode then?
Well, are you gonna ask?
Yeah. Okay.
What you got?
What do I have? Well, somebody like me who just lost all their fucking money trading stocks is like desperate, and they got to pay their broker because they, I don't know, lost all their money. Somehow owed even more.
Okay.
They just broke into your house and stole these shoes because they look like they're worth way more money than
Dude,
they're
they
worth.
absolutely do.
Much like GameStop stock. They look much more valuable than they are. And you've been robbed. And
dude, having worn them and the fact that they're not over retail, I absolutely would replace them.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
All right.
These things are sick. I definitely like them. Yeah, I'll take us out. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. We have new episodes every Wednesday, and we also have an Instagram, Size 10 Podcast. Follow us on that. And like slide into our DMs if there's a sneaker that we haven't talked about that you're like, yo, you should really talk about this. Maybe we'll pool our resources and get it. If you know anybody, hey, if you want to be a guest on our podcast, hit us up. I don't know. We'll see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
All right. I think that'll do it.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks.